Thưa các bạn, thì khi mà Nghiệp nói tiếng Anh á, thì Nghiệp nhận xét là cái giọng của mình á, thì nó không có hoàn toàn là giống người Tây cho lắm. Trong cái buổi phỏng vấn ngày hôm nay thì Nghiệp sẽ hỏi người nước ngoài xem về cái ý kiến khi mà mình nói tiếng Anh á, thì cái giọng mình giống người Tây nó có quan trọng hay không, và cái yếu tố đó thì nó có ảnh hưởng gì đến việc mà mình giao tiếp với người nước ngoài hay không. The topic today is related to education. With Vietnamese students, we have been learning English for 6 or 7 years already. Yeah, and when somebody student they speak English and they right after that they will get some comments like your accent doesn't sound like the American accent or British accent. So the question today is that is it important to have the American accent when we speak English?
If you are in a country that doesn't speak English normally, accent same as the who speak English. The English are speaking English, that's normal. Yes. The Germans are speaking English, they speak also with an accent.
Yes.
If you're speaking with an accent, it's very nice to speak with a Vietnamese accent. If
Yes.
you do it with an American accent,
Yes.
it's not real. That's a nice question.
Yeah. So because a lot of Vietnamese students we struggle to learn English a lot, and when they get some negative comment like that, they don't dare to speak English anymore.
No, but there's a global English.
We are here for 2 weeks already, and I don't find almost everybody speaking English. We talk with some little kids, and they're speaking English, so it's going to be okay.
Yeah, it's okay.
We are making our short interview, so can you help me 1 minute?
Yeah, mate. Sure.
Yeah. Firstly, where do you come from?
England. Yeah.
England.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the problem that's it. A lot of English learner, they speak English, and their friends say that their accent doesn't sound like American accent. So the question is, do you think that is important when someone learn English need to speak English with the American accent?
No, at all. No.
Yeah, you can speak with any accent.
Yeah.
So what do you think?
It's our language originally. It should be an English accent, not American. It's ours.
And so the second question, that's it. When the English learner speak English with the native speaker, and all of them understand what they are talking, is it successful?
Most of the time it's successful, I'd say so. Local people, if you speak slowly and clearly, I think it's normally quite good.
So that's all. Just slowly and clearly.
That's right.
Wow. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Mate.
Have a
Excuse me, we are doing a short interview related to education. Can you give me only 1 minute to ask you one question? Yeah. So the first question I want to ask you, where are you from?
I'm from France.
French. Okay. Nice to meet you. I want to ask you, how long have you been learning English?
English.
That's right.
6 years.
6 years already. Okay. So the question today is that when I speak English, or when somebody meets people speak English, and they don't have the American accent or British accent. So do you think that is it important for non-native speaker like us to have the American accent?
I don't think it's not important to have the American or English.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's not
as long as we can understand each other.
Yeah. So when we learn a language and we communicate with each other, and when we understand each other, it's been successful already, right?
We have make a short interview.
Yes.
And the question is, when the Vietnamese who learn English and they speak English, their friends say that the accent doesn't sound like American accent. So the question is it important when Vietnamese learn English and they need to speak English with American accent?
Yes, it is very important because American accent. I am French and I learn English, but American English is difficult to understand with our accent. I go to USA and I don't understand what they say. It is very difficult to understand.
How long you learn English?
Sorry?
How long you learn English?
English. I know English 5 5 years.
Oh,
Yes.
Yeah. So the second question, that's it. Is it when we speak with the native speaker and they understand me, that's successful? Is it right?
With Vietnamese,
With every yeah.
it's yes. We speak slowly, if,
Clearly.
clearly. Yes, and maybe it is easy if they speak easy, slowly, clearly. Yes.
Yeah, okay. Thank you so much. Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Bye.
Have a good day.
Excuse me, we are doing a short interview, just 1 minute.
Oh, interview. Yeah.
That's right. So the topic today is related to education. That's right. There are a lot of Vietnamese students when they speak English, and they get some comments like, their accent doesn't sound like the American accent or British accent.
I'm English.
You are English from
England?
Yeah, England.
North of England.
Yeah, north of England.
On the border with Scotland?
Yeah. Oh, I got it. So, in your opinion, when we speak English to foreigners, is it important for non-native speaker to have the British?
Well, I found the Vietnamese people speak very good English compared to the English-speaking Vietnamese.
Yes.
But I find them very easy to understand.
Yeah.
Any country you go to, there will be an accent.
Yeah.
You have to be,
Yeah.
So I don't find that at all a problem. But the English find the Americans difficult to understand sometimes. And certainly the Americans find us difficult to understand. So
Yeah, that's right. That's the difference between the accent from another country.
same language.
Yeah, same language.
And I come from the north of England.
Yep.
So the accent, I haven't got a strong northern accent.
Yep.
But it can be very, very hard to understand, even for English people.
Yeah.
So it's a regional dialect.
Yeah. The dialect.
Dialect, yes. And excuse me. There's a place in the northeast of England.
Yeah.
They are 6 miles apart.
6 miles apart. Yeah.
And they speak distinctively different.
Yep.
Really distinct. So, I think the Vietnamese, as I say, I've been traveling here and talking to people.
Yeah, it's okay. And you can easily understand us, and what we are saying, you can understand easily.
I can understand people easily, and I wouldn't be at all concerned. Different accent.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? The thing I find hardest isn't speaking to people, but the difference between reading the words and pronouncing them in Vietnamese. It's a very, very different concept for myself.
Yes.
And I used to get embarrassed because the British, they didn't learn other languages. But at my age, when I was at school, they didn't teach foreign languages, never mind Vietnamese. They didn't teach any languages in a lot of schools.
Yeah.
My grandchildren speak languages. There's been a very big change in attitudes. And so
I got it.
Yeah. I don't know if I'm being helpful.
Yeah, so thank you so much for your useful answer.
What are you using? Is this to do with education? Is it?
That's right, because I learned English for 6 or 7 years already.
Yes, you speak very, very good English.
Yeah, thank you so much.
No such thing in England, seriously.
Yeah.
The Queen speaks a language that nobody in England speaks.
Yeah.
The regional dialects are so vast. See, my part, vast, big.
Yeah.
It goes back a long time historically, but there are Norwegian words that still get used.
Yeah.
That still get used, going back for hundreds and hundreds of years. So, for example, in my area, they say yem.
Yem.
Yem for home.
Yem for home.
For home.
I got it.
House,
Yeah, it's very different. Yeah.
It's very different.
Yeah.
So you can go to Norway and you hear certain words that are anyway, talking much now, but I wish you luck with your with your project.
Thank you so much for.
But, it's very impressive to meet people who speak the English. It's embarrassing, but I think one of the problems for us is the English. It's so widely spoken.
Yep, that's right.
At my age, which language would I speak? Do you see what I mean? Learn to speak. Do I speak Spanish or French or German?
Spanish and French. Yep.
As I say, my grandchildren, who's 16, she's quite fluent in French, Spanish and German. But you've got an English accent difference.
Yeah.
I go to France a lot. The dialect difference is there.
A lot of Vietnamese who learn English and they speak English, their friends say that the accent doesn't sound like American accent. So is it important when they speak English and they need to speak with American accent? What do you think?
I think speaking with the American accent is not the most important part.
Yes.
The most important part is speaking in a way that can be understood. Each country has its own accent, which is good in its own way. So you don't have to speak English with an American accent to speak good English.
Yes.
But it's still important that you attach some importance to being understandable, because I think that's what they mean when they say you don't speak with. That's the main problem with not speaking with an American accent, that sometimes you pronounce words that aren't understandable. So don't bother yourself with the accents, but however, bother yourself with comprehensibility of the language you use.
Oh, got it. So we just need to speak slowly and clearly for understand all of us. Right?
Exactly.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Where do you come from?
France.
France. Okay. Have a good day.
Have a very good day.
Thanks for your interview.
My pleasure.